wait a minute.
Nope. So, oh, sorry. Let's leave the meeting and try again because it didn't show up until I'd started talking.
We're recording now.
Okay. Hi, everybody. We're at school. This is your first day of school TV. Hi. So happy to see you. Let's start with our hello song. And remember, we're going to stop a little bit so that you can say whatever you want. Say your silly words, say hi, wave. We won't see you, but you can still sing along with us. All right, ready? Hello, Isla. Hello, Carla. Hello, Charlotte. We're glad to have you here. Hello, Ella. Hello, Evie. Hello, Jack. We're glad to have you here. Hello, Kaito. Hello, Micah. Hello, Rafi. We're glad to have you here. Hello, Sophie. Hello, Karen. Hello, Monique. We're glad to have you here. Oh, it's so fun to think that you are watching us on TV, even though we're still in our houses. Oh, this is so neat. All right, Karen.
I am going to just greet everybody and give you a nice big virtual hug. I wish I could give you a hug in person, but someday soon we'll be able to do that. Our class is shorter, even the recorded one, so we're going to move through things a little more quickly. I'm going to just mention it's still spring. I love spring. And today, when you're watching this, it is Tuesday, April 7th. And I'm going to have you look out your window and see what the weather is like. Is it sunny? Is it cloudy? Have you stepped outside? How warm does it feel? Maybe you've got a thermometer at your house, or your mom and dad could look at their phone and tell you what the temperature is outside. So that will be something you can do at home, the weather. And I am going to pass it back to Monique because she has such an interesting activity for us today.
So one of the things that I learned about while we've been staying at home is how to make something called sourdough starter. Now, has anybody ever made bread at your house? When you make bread, Karen's made bread, and you might remember we made bread for stone soup. And you might remember we mixed flour and water and something called yeast. Now, yeast is a little organism, a little kind of an animal that grows and helps make bubbles in our dough so that it doesn't feel like a big brick of bread.
I'm curious, Monique, do you know if it's a living thing?
Yes, that is what's so amazing about yeast. It is a living thing. When you get it out of a package, it just looks sort of like sand, which is so strange. But when you add it to flour and water and a little bit of sweetness, maybe sugar or something, I'll show you in a minute. It sort of wakes back up and it starts eating the sugar. And that's how it gets its energy. And when it's eating and getting its sugar, it starts making gas, just like sometimes we make gas when we eat. So this gas, though, helps make bread rise. So when we're making a dough, it's kind of flat. But when you let the dough rise, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger in the bowl. Now, I've heard that you can make your own yeast, and I learned a lesson on how to do, got a lesson on how to do that, and I'm hoping it's going to work. I want to show you what I've been working on for the last couple of days. So this is my jar of what I hope is going to be yeast one day. I'm going to open it up. You can see on top it has a little piece of cloth called cheesecloth that has little holes in it so air can get inside, but no dust or any dirt will get into my yeast. And inside, maybe you can see, is some flour, and I don't want to pour it out, but it's got flour and water, and the little brown things in there are raisins. That's where it gets its sugar. And apparently, when you mix raisins in water, the water gets a little cloudy. And that's one of the things we're going to do today. So I'm going to show you how to do this, and you'll be able to try it at home if you want. I can't guarantee that it's going to turn into sourdough starter, but it might. So we're going to find out.
Like a science experiment, isn't it, Monique?
It is. We're being food explorers again. It's not Tasting Tuesday, but it could be if we end up making bread. So you're going to want a jar like this that's clean inside, and raisins. I'm going to put a few raisins inside the jar. I'm putting in about maybe 6 raisins. It doesn't have to be too many. And then I'm going to pour some water inside. It doesn't have to be too much water, just enough to cover up your raisins and to be able to stir them. Now, I'm going to use the back of my spoon to stir. And you might see, it's a little hard to see on the TV, but it's starting to get a little foggy in there. It's actually really hard to see on the TV, but what they say is that little foggy bit in the water is the yeast coming off of the raisins. So then you want to put the same amount of flour, just like what we use when we're making our Play-Doh, but this is for real eating, and what we used when we made our bread. You want to put about the same amount of flour in your jar as the amount of water. So it's not really, we don't have to measure too much. We just want to make it so that it's a little bit thicker than pancake batter. So I'm going to mix this up. You can see right now it looks really white. And when you look at mine, which I'm going to show you in a minute, so we're mixing it up, you see it's still pretty wet, kind of like a thick batter.
Taking notes because I want to try to make this.
Oh, great. I hope it's going to work. I'm not 100% sure, but what makes me feel hopeful about this is that this one that we just made and this one look a little different in their color. So I'm hoping that there's something happening in the one that I've been keeping warm for 2 days that's a little different than the new one. Now, not everybody has cheesecloth, this kind of stuff at their house. So I think you might be able to just use a paper towel, because we want to make sure that some air can still get inside, because just like every other living thing, yeast needs air to live. So we want to make sure it has air inside, and you put some on the top, and then you can put this, if you don't have one of these kind of lids, you could just put a rubber band on the top so that it can hold, it just protects it from getting dirt inside. And then this is the tricky part, and you're going to laugh when you hear this. They want you to try to keep it a little bit warm. So my house is still pretty cold, so anytime I'm sitting on the couch, I snuggle with it next to me, or I put a blanket on it, or I put it between my legs, or just really hug it tight to keep it warm. And you can put it, I don't know if you should put it in a window. I don't know the answer to that. So you can try it, do an experiment, and let us know what happens at your house.
So do you have to have a babysitter for it when you go out?
Well, it doesn't say. It's true. I really wanted to have like a baby sling to carry with me all the time. I'd love to do that, but I don't have a sling, so I might make one just to keep it extra warm for a little while. Now, what I don't know yet is here's how you'll know if your yeast is starting, if it's starting to grow. When you open the top and look inside, it still smells like flour. It doesn't really smell different. You'll start to notice it might start to get bubbles. If it's getting bubbles inside, then you know your yeast is growing. So far, it's been 2 days at my house and it hasn't started yet, but we'll see. So I'm doing this experiment with you, and we'll see how it goes. And then what you do, once it becomes, actually I'm gonna have to follow up with a second lesson on how to use your sourdough starter once it's made, because just like every other living thing, you have to feed it. So I'm gonna learn about how to feed your starter and what to do next. But this is a good place to start. And do let me know. Send me an email, or we can talk about it when we see each other tomorrow about whether you're going to try to make sourdough starter. It's pretty exciting. I can't wait. I hope it works.
Thanks, Monique.
Yeah.
Are we ready for circle time?
Circle time. So what I think we're going to do is do a couple of songs together. Maybe we'll do a freeze dance, and then I'll read a story. So for circle, let's start with everybody do this. Now I'm going to sit down so you can really see me, but you should jump around. Oh, I see I got flour on my shirt and everything. You can jump around if you want, but I'm going to sit so that you can really see me. All right. Everybody do this, do this, do this. Everybody do this just like me. Everybody do this, do this, do this. Everybody do this just like me. Awesome! Are you trying it? Everybody do this, do this, do this. Everybody do this just like me. All right, now I'm gonna stand up because I just miss getting to do really goofy things. Everybody do this, do this, do this. Everybody do this just like me. Did you feel like a robot? I felt like a robot. That was really fun. Okay. So since it's spring and it's April, we're going to sing some more April songs and more spring songs. And this is one that you can do the same things that we're doing. So I hope you'll sing along and do the activities just like us. You sing a song and I'll sing a song and we'll sing a song together. You sing a song and I'll sing a song, or rain in sunny weather. You clap hands and I'll clap hands and we'll clap hands together. You clap hands and I'll clap hands in rain or sunny weather. You do twinkle fingers and I'll do twinkle fingers and we'll do twinkle fingers together. You do twinkle fingers and I'll do twinkle fingers in rain or sunny weather. You stomp your feet and I'll stomp my feet and we'll stomp our feet together. You stomp your feet and I'll stomp my feet in rain or sunny weather. That was fun. Oh my gosh. This is absolutely one of my favorite songs in all of school. And I'm having trouble remembering how it starts. Karen, tell me how it starts. Sing the first word. There was a tree in the middle of the ground, and the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around, and on that tree there was a branch, was the strongest little branch that you ever did see. Oh, the branch on the tree and the tree in the ground, and the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around, and on that branch there was a nest. It was the softest little nest that you ever did see. Oh, the nest on the branch and the branch on the tree and the tree in the ground, and the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around, and in that nest there was an egg. It was the smoothest little egg that you ever did see. Oh, the egg in the nest and the nest on the branch and the branch on the tree and the tree in the ground. And the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around. And in that egg, there was a bird. It was the sweetest little bird that you ever did see. Oh, the bird in the egg and the egg in the nest and the nest on the branch and the branch on the tree and the tree in the ground. And the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around. That's a tricky one. I really find that one tricky to remember all the little parts. It's really fun. All right. So the next one is an echoing song. So I'm going to sing first, and then Karen's going to sing the same thing, and you can sing along with Karen. Okay?
Ready.
Go. I see robins.
I see robins.
Birds next to
Birds nest too.
Butterflies too.
Butterflies too.
Flowers too.
Flowers too.
Everything is growing.
Everything is growing.
The wind is gently blowing.
The wind is gently blowing.
Spring is here.
Spring is here.
I love getting to sing these spring songs. It makes me really cheery. So, shall we do a freeze dance, Karen?
Sure. Well, one of the things I was thinking, and Monique is usually going to do freeze dance with us on Tuesdays and Tuesdays and Fridays, I think. But she's still setting up her music at her house, just like I had to set up my music with my speaker here. And what we're going to do actually is a different dance song every day. We were doing like the same dance song for a whole week, but I thought we'd mix it up a little bit. So I've got a bunch of different songs and we're going to try to sing them together. And this one is the 500 Miles song. I'm Gonna Be, I think it's called. And remember, you can move your body however you want. Try to see if you can feel the music.
When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. When I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. If I get caught, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who gets up next to you. If I hit back, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's heavering to you. But I will walk 500 miles and I will walk 500 more to be the man who walked 1,000 miles before I should do.
Should we do freeze dance?
That was tricky.
Did you freeze? Okay, I'm gonna put it on again.
I know I'm gonna be the man who's working hard for you. And I might, for the work I do, I'll pass almost every day on to you. When I
Did you freeze? Okay, go!
I know I'm gonna be the man who comes back home to you. And if I go, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's going over you. 500 miles an hour, walk 500 more.
Ooh, good freezing out there.
Ooh, that was tricky. That was tough.
1,000 miles to fall down that chute. And I'm lonely. I know I'm gonna be the man who's lonely when
You can dance by just using the top part of your body.
well, I know I'm
Not even moving my legs.
about the kind of man when I go out, well, I know I'm gonna be
What if I just use my legs?
and when I come home, I know I'm gonna be the man who comes back home with you. I'm gonna be the man who's coming home with you. I would walk 500 miles an hour, would walk 500 more to be the man.
Gave you a little notice that time. Might be the last one. We'll see. The end. Woo!
Ah,
That was a fun one.
that was great. I have to say, I love freeze dance. Really keeps me listening so carefully. Because sometimes I can get so excited dancing that I forget to listen. And then suddenly there's no music. Like, oh, stop dancing.
I forgot.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh, it's been so fun to be with you guys. I thought we would end with reading one of my favorite books at the moment. I'm hoping.
Oh, I love that one.
See this one. The Bear Ate Your Sandwich. All right. So because it's such a big book and I want to be able to see you and I want you to be able to see all the pictures, I'm going to read the page and then show you the pictures. But first, look at all these yummy sandwiches. Oh, that makes me hungry. All right. By now, I think you know what happened to your sandwich, but you may not know how it happened. So let me tell you. It all started with a bear. Hopefully Karen will tell me if it's too shiny on the picture and you can't see it. The morning air was warm and bright when the bear stepped out of his den. He stretched and sniffed. The scent of ripe berries drifted towards him and led to a wonderful discovery. After a berry feast, the bear curled up in the sunlight and listened to the buzzing of the bees. Oh my goodness, he's still in the bottom of that truck. Ah! Before long, he was asleep. Sorry, Karen. Sorry, everybody. By the time the bear opened his eyes, the buzzing had become a rumbling. He was being quickly swept along like a leaf in a great river. The forest disappeared in the distance and high cliffs rose up all about him. Once the rumbling stopped, the bear found himself in a new forest. It was like nothing he'd seen before. This forest had many great climbing spots, and the trees were still itchy here. Can you see him scratching his back on the light pole? There was good bark for scratching, and the mud squished nicely under your feet. There were many interesting smells in the forest. Oh my. But some of the tastiest ones had already been found. Are we still looking for some food? Leafy green smells led the bear to new fun. Look at him on the swing. And that is when he saw it. There it was, your beautiful sandwich, all alone. He waited to make sure no one saw him, not even the sandwich, before he made his move. Uh-oh. It was such a great sandwich. The bear loved it. But just as he was almost finished, he heard sniff, snuff, snuffle, slobber, snort right behind him. He had been seen. Uh-oh. The bear was so surprised that he ran out of the park and down the street until he spotted a very tall tree. There he goes. From the top of the tree, the bear could see his forest. It was time to go home. The waves rocked the bear, and he began to doze. When he opened his eyes, he heard the breeze and familiar branches and the birds and bugs' evening song. Well, the bear made it home just fine. So that's what happened to your sandwich. The bear ate it. I saw it all. I tried to save your sandwich. I was able to save this little bit of lettuce here. The bear dropped it when he ran off, but I couldn't save the rest. I'm sorry I have to tell you about your sandwich this way, but now you know.
You make good doggy sounds, Monique.
What?
You make good doggy sounds.
I have a lot of practice at mine.
That's one of my new favorite stories. Every time I see it at the end, I'm like, every time you read it, I'm like, do you think that the bear really ate the person's sandwich? Or do you think the little doggy ate the sandwich and was just making up that whole story?
Let's leave you with something to think about.
Well, I was just realizing that we didn't say our spring poem.
Oh, let's hear that.
Yeah, it's very simple, and I'm sure that you guys can learn this very easily. It goes, oh spring, you wonderful thing. Oh spring, oh spring, oh spring. Oh spring, when the birdies sing, I feel like a king. Oh spring. A lot of the words in there are oh spring, so it makes it easy to remember. Now, what's fun about what we're doing here, this little TV show that Monique and I are making, is that you can watch it more than just once. It's going to be on your computer, and you can watch it anytime you want to. And if you think of things that you would like Monique and I to do during the TV show, you can let us know. We were thinking of maybe doing some silly things, like maybe we'll, change something about our appearance, like, I don't know, maybe, wear a wig or something someday, or something else funny. Also, I know that lots of you watch shows like Peppa Pig or Daniel Tiger, and if you have favorite songs from there that you'd like us to listen to and maybe learn, and we could sing them on our show, just let us know, because your moms and dads know exactly how to get in touch with us with a little text message or an email, and we'll be happy to do that.
Wonderful. It's been so great to be at your house with you, even if we can't be there for real. We miss you, and we'll see you on our real class together tomorrow. Yay. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Have a good day.